Hello everyone! In this video, isi-share ko sa inyo kung paano ako naging OFW. I-discuss ko rin ang step-by-step process to become an official OFW. Make sure to watch until the end para malaman nyo at maiwasan yung mga common mistakes sa process. Especially kung ito ang first time mong mag-apply abroad. Ang slogan natin today ay sariling sikap. In my case, wala akong naging agency and I was directly hired dito sa UK. First of all, ano nga ba ang direct hire? Ang ibig sabihin ng direct hire ay may foreign employer na nag-hire sa'yo directly without any third party or recruitment agency. Unlike sa mga agency-assisted OFWs na may mag-guide sa'yo about the process, kapag direct hire ka, ikaw lahat ang mag-aasikaso ng mga documents mo at walang middleman. Meaning, sariling sikap. Sabi nga sa isang vlog sa internet, the process for direct hires is also longer and more complicated because the government has to ensure that their employment rights will be protected. Punta na tayo sa pinaka-importanting tanong. Ang importanteng sagot ay... So, kidding aside, kailangan mo lang talagang maging matyaga sa paghahanap ng trabaho. There are two ways to do it. Una, merong website ang POEA kung saan nakalista ang mga pwede mong applyan na trabaho. Sa website na to, pwede mo rin makita yung mga trabaho per country. I'll put down the link sa description for your reference. The second way is mag-apply sa mga job sites sa internet katulad ng ginawa ko. Fortunately, natanggap ako dito sa UK as a research software engineer. Ito yung mga example ng websites na pwede nyong applyan. I'm sure marami pa kayong websites na pwedeng applyan, but remember, and also, please make sure na maging maingat tayo sa pag-a-apply para hindi tayo ma-scam. So ngayong nakuha mo na ang trabahong para sa iyo, pag-usapan naman natin kung paano ka magiging isang official na OFW. So as a direct hire, may specific process kang kailangan gawin para makapag-register sa POEA. And everything is here in this document. I'll put the link of this document sa description ng video. So as you can see, meron dalawang phase na kailangan kang gawin para makapag-register. So sa phase 1, all you need is your passport, a valid work visa. So as long as ma-prove mo na may sponsor ka for your visa, pwede mo nang isubmit yun as part of this phase 1 requirement. So for number 3, which is yung employment contract, ito yung pinaka-importante na kailangan nyo ma-secure. So basically, kailangan mo isubmit yung employment contract mo or offer of employment sa Polo office kung saang bansa ka nag-apply or natanggap for them to verify that contract. So one important thing to note dito sa employment contract verification is usually yung process ay nagtitake ng around 3 weeks. So, dapat i-consider nyo yung processing time nito. Company profile and Polo endorsement letter. If you're hired sa iba-ibang countries, meron mga additional country-specific requirements dito na nakasulat and additional documents to support job application. So, essentially, bago mo gawin tong phase 1, dapat hired ka na dun sa pinag-applyan mo. Or at least, may job offer ka na. And then, kailangan mo rin pala ng notarized statement on how you got the work para sa phase 1. Sa second phase, kailangan mo mag-fill out ng e-registration account and then compliance form which will be discussed during the phase 1. And then, you'll have to secure a valid medical certificate from a DOH accredited medical clinic which should be authorized to conduct medical exam for OFWs. So, sa phase 2, kailangan mo rin umattend ng 2 seminar which I recommend dahil maganda yung mga topics na discuss nila for OFWs. So lastly, kailangan mo rin ng POEA clearance and proof of certificate of insurance coverage. So dito required na may repatriation insurance ka in case of death, a vehicle insurance from employers for driving jobs. So after mong matapos itong phase 1 and phase 2, at the end of the process, makukuha mo na ang iyong first OEC as an OFW. So ang OEC ay ang ating exit clearance na kailangan nating ipakita sa immigration. Meron din akong separate video for OEC which I'll put the link on the description. So, one of the longest part ng process ay yung employment contract verification. Dito, bini-verify ng Polo kung above sa standards nila yung terms and conditions ng contract mo. Usually, nag-a-add sila ng terms sa contract mo about repatriation insurance, free flight in case of early termination, and other things to protect us OFWs. So, you really have to make sure na kausapin yung employer mo about these additional terms. So for the whole process, I advise na mag-allot kayo ng at least 2 months, 1 month for phase 1 and 1 month for phase 2. So some of the mistakes ng mga direct hire are not knowing the process and not knowing kung gaano katagal yung process na to. In my case, hindi ko yun alam pareho, so it took me around 3 months to process everything. During that time, akala ko okay na ang lahat at lilipad na lang ako since nagawa ko na lahat on my side with me and my employer. The most unexpected part for me is yung mga additional terms sa contract na gusto nilang i-add, which I had to renegotiate sa employer ko, but fortunately, nag-agree naman sila. So honestly, medyo scary yung moment na yon dahil di ko alam kung baka maging deal breaker yon sa employment status ko. So, long story short, I got hired and then I processed my visa na meron 3 months validity for entry. And then I realized na kailangan ko tong gawin lahat. All during the pandemic. And yun nga, inabot ako ng 3 months to process this. Sobrang buzzer beater dahil nakaalis ako 2 days before mag-expire yung validity ng entry visa ko. So ngayong alam nyo na, please make sure to consider these things sa contracts nyo. I'll try to find a list ng mga additional terms and then I'll put it sa description ng video na to. But please make sure to do your own due diligence sa pag-search kung ano yung mga additional terms. Especially since case-to-case yung mga requirements depende sa country and depende sa kind of work na ina-applyan nyo. Ano ang benefits ng direct hire? As a direct hire, sure ka na walang placement fee or processing fee dahil ikaw lang yung lahat na nag-asikaso ng documents mo. Another thing is you can negotiate yung salary mo directly sa employer mo. Ano-ano ang mga kailangang bayaran? So bago mo makuha yung OEC mo as a direct hire, kailangan mo magbayad ng OWA membership, SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, pagnotaryo ng documents, and pagprint ng OEC. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below and I will try to answer your questions. So kung umabot ka sa part na to ng video, thank you very much. If natatandaan nyo yung slogan natin kanina, please type it sa comment section so I can give you a shoutout sa next video natin. If this video has been helpful to you, please like and share this video. Also, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. And as always, if I can do it, I'm pretty sure you can too. Hi guys! Gusto niyo bang makapag-abroad? Hi everyone! In this video, I will share with you kung paano ako naging direct hire. Hi everyone! In this video, isi-share ko sa inyo kung paano ako naging OFW dito sa UK as a direct Hello everyone! In this video, isi-share ko sa inyo kung paano ako naging OFW as a direct So first of all, ano nga ba ang direct hire? Direct hire. There are 2 ways to do it. Ay, ano ba yan? Logitech Powerless. Yung ano ko. Ang importanteng sagot ay